Hello everyone, this is Professor A.R. Shinde. Today we'll see the problems on theory of structure, on problems on design of slab. Okay, so we'll proceed with the one-way slab. So what is one-way slab? Okay, as stated earlier, one-way slab predominantly bends in one direction across the span and acts like wide beam. The slab is supported along two opposite edges is a one-way slab. If the slab is supported on all four edges and is L and if Ly by Lx is greater than 2, it behaves as one-way slab bending along short span. So one-way slab is just supported on two beams, okay, and its bigger size upon bigger length upon bigger dimension upon smaller dimension is greater than 2. Then it is one-way slab, okay. So design procedure. So this is the design procedure. We'll skip this. We'll directly go on the problem. Okay, we'll directly. Sorry, we'll see from it. We can see the problem. Okay. So design procedure. First, decide whether the slab is to be designed as one-way slab or two-way slab based on Ly by Lx ratio and supporting conditions. So Ly by Lx ratio if greater than 2, then it is one-way slab. Okay. Second, span. Depending upon end condition, determine the effective span. Effective span is also depends on the effective depth. Assume percentage of steel and data the trial depth of the slab. Third is the trial depth from the we can decide on the from the span. So trial depth required D, capital D is equal to span upon allowable L by D ratio plus effective cover. So value of L by D ratio as given in table for FS 290 Newton per mm square, 240 Newton per mm square and 145 Newton per mm square for steel grade. FE 500, FE 415 and FE 250 respectively. Assuming PT percentage 0.7 to 1 for FE 250, 0.25 to 0.45 for FE 415 and from FE 35 to for FE 70 500 for FE 500. Okay. Then loads. Calculate the load in kilonewton per meter on 1 meter wide strip of the slab. Dead load. Dead load is equal to self weight of slab and floor finish load is equal to 25 D plus F floor finish load. Okay. So the dead load is equal to 25 into D, that is 25 is the unit weight and D is the dimension into plus floor finish load. Then live load as given in appendix A table. Total working load W is equal to dead load plus live load. Total ultimate working load is equal to WU, that is by multiplying it by factored load, that is 1.5 dead load plus live load. Maximum design load W max is equal to WV. WU is equal to 1.5 into dead load plus live load. Minimum design load is equal to W mean is equal to dead load plus it is superimposed load includes live load and permanent load but excludes self weight of the slab. Fifth point, design moment for simply supported slab M is equal to WU into L square by 8. For continuous slab, MU is equal to alpha D plus WUD L square plus alpha L into WL into L square. Okay, where WUD is equal to 1.5 into dead load for WUL into is equal to 1.5 into LL. So that is live load. The coefficient for bending moment and shear force are given in table. Bending moment coefficient. So these are the end support condition, ultimate support condition, interior support condition for alpha D and alpha L. Okay. By shear coefficient for shear coefficient and for dead load. Okay. So next is 6 points. Check for concrete depth. The depth of slab is obtained from serviceability consideration. It is equal to be checked from bending moment requirements. Calculate maximum moment carrying capacity of section. MUR max is equal to RU max BD square for slab. B is equal to 1000 mm. If we have to assume if it is not given, then we have to assume it as 1000 mm. RU max obtained from table 3.1. if mu r max is equal to mu r max is equal to mu max, the section is adequate from bending moment requirements alternatively obtained. Small d is equal to under root mu max upon ru max into 1000, which shall be less than small d provided. If the above conditions is not satisfied, providing the depth required from bending moment consideration. So this is called concrete depth. Okay, a depth condition will be could be or can be found out by mu max and ru max. Okay. Then 7 is the main steel, that is main steel provided. Main steel required. AST is equal to 0.5 FCK upon Fy into 1 minus in bracket 1 minus under root 1 minus 4.6 mu upon FCK BD square into BD, where B is considered as or assumed as 1000 mm. Then AST minimum is equal to 0.25% BD for HYSD bars is equal to 0.15% for Fe20, Fe250. Required spacing is equal to S is equal to 1000 AST upon capital AST, where AST is equal to area of bar used, small AST is equal to area of bar used, and capital AST total area of steel required. The spacing shall not exceed 3D or 300 mm, whichever is less. Then 8th is check for deflection. Calculate PT percentage is equal to 100 AST upon BD, where AST is maximum area of steel provided at midspan. Then calculate steel stress. Fs is equal to 0.58 Fy into AST required AST upon AST provided. So these are all derived from the these checks are all derived from the IS 456. Okay, 2000. Calculate modification factor alpha 1 and required depth which shall be less than the depth provided. Ninth point is the distribution steel. Required steel is equal to 0.12 upon 100 into BD for Fe415 upon for Fe415. Then 0.15 upon 100 into BD for Fe250, where B is equal to 1000 mm, D is overall depth of slab, maximum spacing shall be less than or must be less than 5D or 450 mm, whichever is less. So check for shear. Calculate maximum shear VU VU max taking into consideration continuity coefficient. Obtain design shear stress T tau UC corresponds to PT is equal to 100 AST upon 100 AST upon BD from table 6.2, where AST area of tension steel at section under consideration. Calculate shear resistance of slab UC K UC BD. The value of K is given from the table to 10.2. Okay, so from this table we can decide the depth of slab and multiplying factor. Normally depth of slab in building is less than 150 mm, therefore cap factor K equal to 1.30. If VUC greater than VU max, then else increase the safe load, increase the thickness of the slab. Next, so this is the check for shear. Okay, VUC greater than VU max. Check for development length. A is from positive moment steel, that is bottom steel at support. LD at this continuous end less than 1.3 M1 upon V plus L0. So this is from the 456 IS code, where M1 is moment of resistance of the section, assuming all bars stressed to FYD. M1 is equal to MU equal to 0.87 Fy AST into bracket D minus Fy AST upon FCKB. So this is the main formula for the check for development length, where AST area of steel available at the support, when 50% of bars are available at the support, M1 can be approximately taken equal to MU max upon 2. L0 sum of anchorages beyond the center of support plus hook allowances. L0 is equal to x2 plus HA, and x2 is equal to BS upon 2 minus x1 minus R plus 5. So x1 end cover 25 mm or 25. R is equal to 25 for Fe250 is equal to 45 for HYSD. BS is equal to breadth of support. HA is equal to 16.5 for 180 bend, 180 degree bend, and 8.5 for 90 degree bend. Using 90 degree bend for HYSD, L0 BS upon 2 minus x1 minus 4 phi plus phi plus 8 phi is equal to bs minus bs upon 2 minus x1 plus 3 phi. So this was for 90-degree condition. For a 180-degree bend for 250, it is L0 is equal to bs by 2 minus x1 minus 2 phi plus 5 plus 16 phi is equal to bs upon 2 minus x1 plus 13 phi. So this was about the design of one-way slab. Okay, thank you.